May 25th, 2021, Carniolan hive inspection. Sole survival from last year. We've got the inner cover buckalized in here. Really good. There we go. Jeepers creepers. There we go. Any kind of smoking. Alright, so all of this should be honey. There is a queen excluder right here. It's a little metal. So this hive was large when it started the new year. So we call a winterized hive because it survived the winter. The only one of 3 hives that survived the winter. Oh yeah, already got nectar in there, about to be capped. Easy girls. There we go. Alright, so last week I didn't get the queen excluder on in time, so here's a little bit of capped brood. But once that hatches out, this will all turn into empty comb, and then they'll fill it back up with honey. Just a little bit there. A little bit on this frame too. It's okay. Oh, actually, there's quite a bit on this frame. Maybe the queen's up in here? Maybe. I'll check for her. Might have trapped her up in here. I don't think I did. I think I saw her on the bottom. But if you think about it, it wouldn't take long to fill up all these cells with eggs, because queen can weigh up to 1,200 eggs a day. That's 1,200. A lot of eggs. No brood, it's okay. Once they hatch out, this will all be open for honey. Just gotta make sure the queen's not up in here. She shouldn't be. I think I saw her before I closed it up last time down in the bottom box. Drawn comb. Really nice drawn comb, actually. And then the last 2 are just empty frames. Okay, let's slide them back together. It's perfectly fine that there's drone in here, because brood, because once brood hatches in about, I think it's 14 days, 17 days, 14 to 17 days, I think. And once it hatches out, this will all be open for honey. But it's still pretty full of honey, so I'll still add another box on this once we're done. Put these out of there. This hive might get a little more rowdy just because much larger hive, much larger. Which I'm expecting them to, because if they're not really protecting their hive very well. I'm expecting them to get a little rowdy. So this is a queen excluder. All the other bees can travel through here nice and easy. As you can see, there's some bees here. But the queen can't because she's got a larger abdomen. Which abdomen is this little back part here. Got it nice glued down. There we go. So this is the brood chamber. A little smoke to prevent them from getting angry at me. Smoke doesn't hurt them. It's just, make sure you can see it. There we go. Put this in the backs here. Room to lay the frames down. Like I said, the last hives, top hive is usually all honey. This hive it probably won't be, just because of how much bigger it is. queen is already mature, so she'll be out laying eggs all over. There we go, cat brood. If you can see in there, there's larvae. Looks like a little white sea. A little closer. Lots of larvae in there. Pollen, cat brood. Alright, going on this side. Lots of larvae again. Not seeing queen. The queen in this hive is marked with a blue dot, which recognizes the 2020 year. 2020 is a blue dot. 2021 is a white dot. That's why you see the queens in the other hive with a white dot. Oh yeah, nice solid frame of brood right there. Solid. It's really good, which means all these are gonna hatch into bees. Queen cups on the bottom. Bees make them just to remind the queen, hey, if you don't produce, we're gonna force you to lay an egg in there and we'll replace you. Then they swarm, which basically all hive swarm. Hive last year swarmed, the Italians swarmed. We didn't catch them in time, but this would actually be really good for a split right now. Queen cups, which those are actually more of a supersedure cell. Which is supersedure cell is one that's in the center of the hive. So I'm just looking for eggs in the queen cups. Nice good frame of brood. Right there, you could tell how gentle this hive is compared to most, because I just dropped that frame with a whole bunch of bees on it, and it still didn't get upset, so it's really good. Calling bees is a happy beekeeper, because if you got an aggressive hive, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. Beekeepers do not like to be stung, at least I don't. Because I'm allergic to bees. Yep, I'm a beekeeper and I'm allergic, which is alright. Only gotten stung a couple times. Most of the time it was my own fault. Going in the hive at night or took my suit off before I got away from the hive. Alright, pollen, nectar in this line. Pollen, nectar in this side. The rest is probably just pollen and nectar. Really stuck in there. Oh, it's heavy. A lot of honey on it, never mind. Honey and lots of nectar. Shiny stuff in there, looks like a liquid. It's all nectar that they've turned pollen into nectar, and the nectar will be capped and then it'll turn into honey. And when people ask what honey is, you're basically eating bee vomit. Just when the foragers bring it in, and the pollen sacks or saddlebags, they bring it in, other bees eat it off of them and throw it up, and I'm gonna get a little feisty. Hold on a second. At least one of them is. Alright. Okay, so there's no queen in this box. Open the next box down. Key is you just got to keep adding and adding boxes, because when you got a hive this big, it don't take long to fill it. Well, it doesn't take long at all. They could fill one of those whole honey supers in less than a week, which that's impressive. Each of those honey supers could be, I guess, 30 to 40, maybe 50 pounds each, and they can do that in a week. There we go. This one's heavy. Really. This smoke them a little bit. On that one, top of this one. Calm them down a little. Alright, so the black thing is a hive beetle, which is a hive's basic worst enemy. And it's a hive beetle trap. I'll show you here in a second. If we have any in there. I doubt it, but I'm hoping not. Alright, and I got a little feisty on this one. Give me a second. I expect them to. It's a good thing that they're feisty, because if they're not, it means they're not protecting their hive. Smoke just blocks their pheromones, keep them from getting angry at it. Another frame of honey. Just checking for larvae. It's a big drone right there. Let's see if I can point them out to you. Lost them. Give me a second. Right there. He's underneath all at the end of the hive tool. Alright. Here we go. And it's midday, so the most amount of bees will be out of the hive at this time, because most of them are out foraging. Oh, another really big drone right there. Right there at the end of the hook. Just looking for the queen. Yeah, here's a really young bee right there. See how it's still white? A little bit of brood in there. Try to get them out of the way. There we go. Try to find the queen. Not always do you find the queen in the hive, or when you see them. She moves around a lot. You'll see her though when you do. She's got a really bright blue dot. I haven't seen her yet. I've gotten pretty good at finding her. Almost every time. Alright, sorry about that. My phone cut out again. Haven't seen the queen yet. I'll let you know when I see her. Honey frame. I think the rest of these are going to be honey frames. Dang, you really got that stuck in there. These are just honey frames. So, maybe we'll have to go back through, check and see. Alright, sorry about that. Phone keeps cutting out. I don't know why. Queen was not in the bottom box, so she must be up in here somewhere. Well, I'm expecting her to be up in here somewhere. She's not. She might be moving back and forth between the boxes, keeping... The queens don't really like sunlight. She likes to be dark. So, thank you for watching at Hilltop Hives.